snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Man, getting old sucks. How's it going, everybody? So glad you could make it. Today's an update video on the hood longevity test. So let's get to it. Now, you know, you can walk in any aisle, any store, Walmart, AutoZone, Pep Boys, Western Auto, Advance Auto, anywhere like that, O'Reilly's, and they have a whole aisle dedicated to auto detailing stuff. Yeah, over the past few years, it has become a huge market with new things coming out every day. You know, used to we had the turtle wax. Well, it did fine for what it was of the day, single coat paints and all that stuff. Then we came out with, you know, the carnauba waxes, which gave great shine, easier to put on, but didn't last as long. Then now, current day, we have the ceramic waxes, and the latest greatest thing is the graphene waxes. I don't currently have any of the graphene waxes, but what I did do is to help narrow down some of the top choices, I applied 4 to this hood, right? Lithium Auto Ceramic Slam, Turtle Waxes Seal and Shine, Griot's Garage 3-in-1 Ceramic, and Turtle Waxes Black Ceramic Wax, Black Acrylic Ceramic Wax to this hood. Now I will lay out for you where everything is and all that, but what I wanted to get to first was this. You can see the hood is nice and dirty. It's been sitting out there behind my shed for a while. I applied this on September 4th. That's been quite a while. September 4th. Today is December the 6th. Today's December 6th, sorry. But anyhow, I just wanted to put this video out there to show you how things are going with it. Now, one thing I wanted to address is every time I do these types of videos, some people will get the product, put it on, and say, oh, it's not doing right, it's not doing like you said it would, it's this, it's that. Well, as I talk to them in depth, some of them just have an agenda, you know, they want to bash every product. But as a general rule, 9 out of 10 are really confused about what's going on. So let's help with some of that. The first thing is you did not prep it correctly, okay? If you just take a product and put it on, and it's advertised for a year, you know, being on there for up to a year, and you didn't prep the paint, you know, by stripping off anything that was on there or anything, you're going to not get the longevity. That's number one. But with that said, you know, winter months is now here, and you want to get your car protected before I'll try to keep you out of that sun. Before winter hits and you don't have time to do a full detail, a paint correction, all that, you throw it on there. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but just be aware that it will not last as long as it is advertised. And number two, everybody says, well, I put it on there and I washed my car and it's not beating, right? So I ask them, did you wash your car? Most of the time they say, no, I shouldn't have to wash my car. To protect it's on there, I should be able to just spray it down and see the beating still there. That is true to a certain point. Now, if you just put the sealants or the waxes or coatings on your car and don't do anything else to it, it will be to a certain point. But once you get actual physical dirt on there, like this hood per se, right? This hood, it won't do it. Hood inhibits, it prevents the beating process. Let me show you what I mean. Now, as you've seen in the intro part, I brought the hood from behind the building. It hasn't been touched for several months now. It's just been sitting out there letting Mother Nature run its course on these coatings and waxes. So it is dirty, and I left it dirty for a reason. That's why I didn't use part of the washing process. Although the bucket is ready, as you can see, the suds and everything's in there. We'll talk about that in just a second. But I wanted to leave the hood dirty so I could prove this point. There's 4 different waxes on this hood, and you're going to see, I assume, I predict, and I am pretty certain of, because I've done this before, that when I rinse it off, you won't really see any beading properties. So let's find out. See? No water beading whatsoever. I mean, it's like there's nothing on there, but I'm going to show you that there actually is. Why is that, you may be asking? Well, it's very simple if you really stop and think about it. You have your paint, right? You put the wax or the sealant on there. The sealant or wax is now on your paint. Anything that touches that sealant or wax is going to run off as long as the wax or sealant is still there. Throw in a layer of dirt. Water can now not touch the sealant or wax. It's only touching the dirt. There's no dirt has no hydrophobicity, or whatever that was my buddy over at Griot said. Hydrophobicity. I think that's the word he said. Anyhow, it doesn't have any hydrophobic properties, and that's what prevents it. So let me prove it to you. Now, what you saw me put in the bucket was Car Pro Reset. And Car Pro Reset doesn't have any gloss enhancers, no stripping agents, no waxes, nothing in it. It's just a pure pH balanced car shampoo. It's strictly to wash your car. It's good for ceramic coatings, it's good for regular carnauba wax, it's good for any coating or sealant or wax. And what you saw in the bucket when I first dropped it in there was hot water. It's like 35 degrees here today, right now, as the time I'm doing this video. So I didn't want to be out here in the cold, getting my hands and everything soaking wet and freezing to death while I do this video. So I had hot, well, not really hot, warm water. I mean, I could stick my hand down in it and hold it. It wasn't that hot, but it was warm. So then I put the Car Pro in it and I hit it with some cold water to make it foam up. And as you can see, it's still foaming. Car Pro Reset does an outstanding job of foaming. I mean, it's a really great car shampoo. So let me hit this. I'm gonna put you on a tripod. I'm gonna hit it with just that and rinse it off, and we will revisit the hydrophobics. Alright, as you see, the hood is now clean. You can already see some beading going on, right? As it just sits on here. Let's see how it does with the water on. Now I now have this hood tilted slightly to the front. That way we can see which one runs off the quickest and all that stuff. Now I'm not really concerned about these up front not running off quick because you get the water coming down from the back, okay? We'll discuss who is who here in just a second. But I wanted you to see that the dirt is now not inhibiting the actual hydrophobics of the test or the waxes. Alright, that's what I wanted you to see. Alright, let's get the hose again. Let's check out this one corner. See how it does. It's still sheeting off really nice. It's not throwing it off. You don't have instant beading, but it is still sheeting it off. And as you'll see here in just a minute, after you can see it dissipating. That is the lithium auto ceramic slam. So I'm gonna go to this other side and check it, because I want to give all that time to get off of this before we test this side. So here we go. That is a turtle wax acrylic black wax, or black acrylic ceramic wax. As you can see, it is super slow to do anything. it's pretty much gone. Now if I let it sit there for a while, of course it will bead like that. Not as good. It will be real small beading. I'll show you as it does it. But as you can see, the ceramic slam still has a lot of protection there. I mean, we're 4 months in and it's still protecting, it's still beading, just not as good as when I first applied it. Up here on the front we have the Turtle Wax Seal and Shine. Let's see how it goes. And you see the water sheets off really quick, but it's not really quick to bead. You get it in spots here and there as it dries. Whenever you see water dissipate like that, it shows you that there's still chemicals there, that the wax is still there. And then you just watch and compare the time. So both of the Turtle Wax both of the Turtle Wax waxes are pretty much gone. They're still there. As you can see up here, there's not really a lot of beading. The black wax is gone. I'm just gonna call it gone because, you know, I put it on my black Z28 out there, and if you want to look for it, I have a video on that. Just look up the Turtle Wax black wax and you'll see that video, and it didn't last any time, no time at all. So with that said, the Seal and Shine is pretty much gone too. Now I have it actually on the Tahoe. Hey kitty, neighbor's kid over here. And normally I would run it off. You know, I don't want strange animals in my yard, but I'm not going to because it likes to go out there and hang around the chickens. And anybody that's ever had chickens knows that, you know, chicken food that doesn't get eaten or anything like that causes rats to come up, or snakes to come up, or foxes to come up, all that stuff. Hey kitty. And pretty cat. Hey, you looking to see what I'm doing? So by letting it have the run in the yard, it's helping keep all that stuff away from the chickens. So we actually don't mind it being here. Hey kitty. Hello. Say hello to YouTube world. So you can see it now going out that way. But anyhow, let's check the other one. And by now you've done figured out which one it is. It is the Griot's Garage 3-in-1 ceramic wax. I'm gonna hit it just as hard. And you can see the water running off fairly quickly. But it is the quickest to bead. Now I'll do the whole thing again so you can see. The Griot's Garage is the quickest. The Ceramic Slam is second. The Seal and Shine is coming in a very distant third. And the black wax is gone. So here we are 4 months in. The black wax is totally gone. The Seal and Shine is gone. And what I was telling you about the Seal and Shine, I've got it on the Tahoe. And that way I can give it another run, because I want to throw something on to help me get through the winter. And if it doesn't do like I think it's going to do, I'll take it off and throw something else on there. But this hood is giving me issues, and I couldn't figure out why. And then just nonchalantly listened to a manufacturer's product review, or advertisement if you will. Come to find out, a lot of today's products aren't strictly what they say they are. And what I mean by that, they have other ingredients in them. And some of these ingredients might not act well or react well with the wax or the sealant. And what I mean by that, some of them have gloss enhancers in it, right? Like the polish that I used on this hood. When I polished it, I mean, it had great shine. Well, when I hit it with water, it also repelled. It beaded like crazy. And I was like, well, it shouldn't be doing that. It's just a polish. So what I'm trying to say is a lot of ingredients now, a lot of waxes and polishes and stuff aren't strictly that, so they don't react so well with that. So that's why I'm putting it on the Tahoe also. But I'll turn you around. As you can see, the most water is gone from the Griot's garage. The most water still around is on the black wax turtle wax. The smallest beading is on the ceramic slam. And then right behind the ceramic slam is the ceiling shine. But back to what I was saying. I did this test one time before with more ingredients, and I had a problem with it. None of them seemed to last. And I was like, well, what in the heck's going on with that? And I was just not going to do it again. And then I decided, well, let me look around a little bit. So I found out that other things have other ingredients in it. Like I know a company that has a lube for like clay barring. Well, in their lube they have some SiO2, which is silica dioxide, which is what all the great sprays have in them now, like the Seal and Shine and the black wax, turtle wax, and the Griot's Garage. All of them have the SiO2s in them. To get this hood ready, I washed it. I stripped it with Dawn. I washed it, let it set, rinsed it off. I clay barred it, then I washed it again. Then I polished it and all that stuff. Anyhow, I didn't use the particular lube that I'm talking about, but like I said, I have found out that this company's lube has SiO2 in it. The polish that I use has shine enhancers in it, and I don't know what else, but the waxes and sealants and stuff that I applied to the hood after that first test showed that it just wasn't working with the paint or something along those lines. And in my knowledge and deduction and reasonable mind and all that, put it to the polish. So I did the test again. I stripped it with the Dawn again, and I also used some Purple Power and some other kind of degreaser. I forget what it was, and there was absolutely no beading, no nothing on this hood after I did that. So now that's what we have. And I'm just going to go ahead and call this test. I'm going to list them in the order that I think that they come out in. The overall winner was the Griot's Garage Ceramic 3-in-1 Wax. As you can see, it's beading nicely. Sheeted all the water off. The Lithium Auto, right? It came in second. The Turtle Wax Seal and Shine came in third. As you can see, all the water is gone, but there really is no beading. I mean, it's just, there's really nothing there, but there's more there than there is the black wax. The black wax took forever to get to where it is now. And as you can see, as the water sits there, it beads a little bit, but it has no sheeting properties, nothing. It's just flat as a bone until all the water dissipates. So that's what we have. I'm going to go ahead and call this test finished, or comparison, because it's not really a test. I didn't do a torture test or anything except let Mother Nature do what she says she wants to do. And I'm just going to go ahead and call it. There's no need in carrying this one on any further unless I just let it ride and come back in springtime and see if there's something still on here, you know. But that's kind of pointless at this time, because you can clearly see the Griot's Garage 1, the ceramic Slam, I'm sorry, Ceramic Slam by Lithium Autos came in second. Seal and Shine came in third. Turtle Wax completely gone, it's fourth. So I'm just going to go ahead and call this test. I'm not going to give you any further updates on it or anything. I may let you know how the Tahoe does, because I put it on about 2 weeks after I did this, so it's still doing pretty good. So I'll let you know how it turns out, and I'm going to call that a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it showed you a couple things, answered a few things, answered a few questions, went over a few things you didn't know, like the dirt inhibiting hydrophobics, all that good stuff. Chemicals having other additives in it that you don't know about. So just because it's supposed to do this and it doesn't do that, don't necessarily bash the product that you put on expecting to get a year out of it, when it could have been the product that you had on before it that's not letting that product do what it's supposed to do, if that makes any sense. And I'm sorry to ramble, but I just wanted to get this out there. Thank you all again so very much for stopping by. I hope you had a great time. I hope you learned a few things, and I'm going to, like I said, we're in December. Christmas time is right around the corner, so I'm going to throw a few Christmas time openings or closings in there, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you're watching this video not around Christmas time, you're wondering why do I have Christmas themed stuff in there, well, now you'll know. If you watch the whole video, that is. So until next time, get out there and enjoy your cars. It's cool here today, but I'm still enjoying doing this. I'm hoping tomorrow gets warm enough to where I can wash one of these two bad boys, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.